Hello everyone, DAWNGUARD here and welcome back to DAWNGUARD. I got new armor. Well, new-ish. It is Dragon Insulated Armor, I believe it's called. I also reset, well, I legendaried my heavy armor skill. I mean, that thing levels up just by walking around in it. Why not? Free experience, the way I see it. And I am already extremely powerful. Even my weapon is stronger. Let's see, absorb health. Enemies that are level 37 or lower flee from combat. And fire damage. And the reason why that has 3 is because of this right here. You put your heart and soul into the next item you enchant into an arcane nexus, placing up to 3 enchantments. And are 25% stronger. So that's never gonna happen again.
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? Okay, here goes.
And I already have the Dragon Elder Scroll, so this is the last one I need to get.
Ancestors. Created a portal of the soul. Incredible.
I don't like it. Kinda looks like hell, doesn't it?
Stories about the soul, Carin, but never thought I'd... No. But there's no way she would have left it in Tamriel. She wanted to get it as far away from my father as possible. I can't imagine a better place.
Yeah.
Then we find out where she hid it. If she's still alive. Well, as alive as she was before. Or is now. Or... you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Probably to avoid whatever my father would do to her if he could get his hands on her. Or maybe her plan was to come back, but she was stuck here. We won't know until we find her.
Yeah.
Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here. Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the soul cairn takes just any leftovers. Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the ideal masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living. I don't think anyone's ever met the ideal masters. I'm not even sure anyone knows what they look like. They could be underground, flying above us. They might be the ground, I have no idea. Lots of theories. Some say they feed on them like I feed on blood. Others think they use them as payment to an even higher power. Almost like a currency. A very strange currency. Whatever they're doing with them, they've been harvesting for millennia. No telling how many souls are trapped here. Look around you. There are some extremely powerful undead here. Even a necromancer as seasoned as my mother would be willing to spend years trying to gain access to them. Exactly. It's a lost art. Most necromancers just raise up whatever bodies are nearby. A simple trick, really. Child's play. But bringing something from the soul cairn gives you something much more powerful. Well, that's usually the trick. It's possible to do it through a simple portal. But to finalize the deal, you have to travel here yourself. And most of them never come back.
That was all very unpleasant.
Ugh, the smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
The clouds, the sky. It's all wrong. Everything's wrong.
How do you know you're not wrong?
Want my advice? Never welch on a bargain with the ideal masters. They don't take it very well.
What, you did?
There's no escape.
I feel terrible for the gentle and the fear for them. It seems awful, like they're still suffering.
I didn't really hear that. Good thing there were subtitles. You're too loud.
Must stay away from the keepers. Must stay away from the keepers.
Keepers?
Where'd you come from?
Oh! Well, no wonder I didn't see him. Let it right in like camouflage. I'll take that soul gem. There's another thing here, right? Yep.
I thought death was a release, not an eternity of torment.
Joke's on you.
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this. Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you. Arvak? Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
Sure. It's gotta be here somewhere, right? This place is genuinely depressing.
I yearn to see the great dunes of Hammerfell once again.
Hi, Arvak. Arvak. Anyone hear an explosion? Oh, that's lightning. Well, thunder, actually. Thunder is a noise.
Who's there?
Jeez, you find them quicker than I do. Should I even bother? Oh, I guess I'll take the soul gems.
That'll teach you.
By the way, you said there were powerful undead here? Where are they?
Where'd you come from?
I wonder if you get any destruction experience for doing that. Here we go.
Mother? Mother!
Can't be. Serana?
Maker?
Is it really you?
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to complete the prophecy our way, not his.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you.
So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood is in the company of my daughter?
Mixed blood? What are you, some kind of racist?
Safe? You call bringing her here safe? Has she explained nothing to you? Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
What?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
What?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal, his place in oblivion.
Oh.
It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that.
So, that means Serana would have to die.
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on completing the prophecy without the death of my daughter?
I'll kill Harkon.
If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans? You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. You see the tyranny of the sun as your chance at deification. And like Harkon, you won't hesitate to destroy anything that stands in your path.
Lady? I'm a necromancer and a motherfucking dragonborn. Sun ain't a problem for me.
Serana? This stranger may call himself a vampire, but he knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust you to him?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
Ooh!
Dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that.
Yeah, you can't.
We don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
Good point.
If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future.
You got a point.
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
Uh-huh.
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they crave. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
I see. So they wanted you.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
And that's how you got trapped.
Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which would give in.
Well, I don't see how they would give in.
I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance. Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn. I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining.
Fair enough.
The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here as harvested souls. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer.
I didn't have any problem with it now.
And keep my daughter safe.
You got it.
Kill those keeper things and get back to the prison.
Alright, looks like the first one is here. Is there a reason why they decided to make this place so depressing? And why are there bones? I guess that's how they get their undead. The wire to my controller was tickling my foot. I panicked a little bit. You're up there, aren't you? Oh, who cares? Let's get a better spell here. Hailstone? Alright, we're doing this then. You got any good lightning spells? Firebolt. Electrosphere. Yeah, pretty slow. Cackle. Cloud? What was that? Choking you know what, I'm gonna go with Firebolt. Bitch! Yeah, I'll take the Grand Soul Gem, why the hell not? I like Grand Soul Gems. Now, what is this? Something's going on here. Are you covered in Dragonbone armor? Dude, that's cheating. What did you do to get that? I'm sorry. Why do you just have that for me to... Oh, the lights are gone. Alright, interesting. Still haven't found Erdvak's skull, by the way. Is it just you shooting at me, or someone else? Okay, so maybe these undead are stronger than... Hello. Yoink. Yoink. What's this here? Sure, I'll take the ammunition. What's this? Just a light? Alright. This place...
What do you want? How does anyone expect me to write my opus with all of these rude interruptions?
I beg your pardon?
What do I mean, indeed? If I hadn't lost all of the pages, I wouldn't be in this predicament, and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Okay.
Very well. I suppose a moment or two of my time couldn't hurt. I am Chib. Some call me Saint Chib. Others call me Chib the Eradicator. Perhaps you've heard of me. I can't say that I'm surprised by your answer. Until I get my second volume published, no one will ever know my achievements. A book? I'd hardly call a 26-volume epic simply a book.
Well, I didn't mean to offend you.
Heard of the rise and fall of Saint Chib the Eradicator, hero of Morrowind and savior of the Vulnerable. Terrible. Simply terrible. midst of writing the second volume, and they just threw me into this prison. It's unfair. So what? What in the name of the Vic are you talking about? All I remember is that damn Dremora and his minions bursting into my home and sending me to their prison. Well, I assume so. It cast a spell at me from some kind of strange black crystal. Next thing I knew, they arrived here. My what? Wait. That means... No. All these wasted months. Or has it been years? I don't even remember how much time has passed. No, my work will never see the light of day. My name will be forgotten. Perhaps. Do you have a way out of here? Maybe I can't leave, but my writings can. In order to write the second volume of my opus, I need the notes from my first volume. Otherwise, I need to do all of this from memory. When I was tossed in here, I felt myself falling, and I dropped the pages I was holding. There were 10 of them in all. Find them for me, please. I beg you. Thanks again for searching. I don't know what I'd do without my pages.
Sorry for that, Serrano. Let's keep going. That was pretty interesting. So there are missions in the Soul of Carin. Well, I mean, there was the Arvac one, but you know what I mean. What's going on here? Mistman, huh? Guys said you could raise some powerful undead. I wouldn't mind undead like that. Any more? That was easy. I wasn't even trying. That's just a rock.
Arvac! You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvac for me. Such a good horse.
Okay. I want to stop talking to you now. Can I stop? Thank you. Let's get out of here. These bastards are crazy. Lady, I was talking. Don't interrupt me. They did not just shoot me. You know, if I were the stealthy type... Hang on, this looks important. If I was the stealthy type, I'd probably make a dagger that... Oh, who even gives a shit? Mistman! Oh, and a page. Hell yeah, I want to make a Mistman. That's the undead that I actually like so far here. Okay, where's Mistman? Mistman, Colossus, Seducer, Familiar, Astronaut. Mistman! My weapon is not weak, so these guys are pretty tough. Definitely want a mist man. What? Oh, I can teleport on those things. That's neat. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If I unrelenting force this next guy, will he fall over the cliff? That doesn't seem very pleasant. It's like your souls are being sucked.
Show yourself.
Oh god, that's so horrible. I'm not even gonna bother to look for his body because I don't think I'm gonna find it. Really not a fan of how unpleasantly dark this place is. I mean, I'm not a fan of the sun, but that doesn't mean I enjoy darkness. What's your story? You're a girl.
What am I doing here? I don't belong in a place like this.
Oh, there's your leg. I thought you were just a child. I thought you were a little girl. No, you're an adult. You're a woman.
Stay away from the Oblivion Gate, I told them. Did they listen? Of course not.
Well, I mean, why would they?
Must stay away from the keepers. Must stay away from the keepers.
Okay, buddy. Huh?
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
Pretty easy to find these things. Easier than I expected. But the last one's gonna be the hardest one to find, because that is how that always works. Unfortunately, and it's very annoying. Okay, so I guess I gotta go around this giant thing. Don't I? And they really don't want anyone to get in there. Or out. We're working on it. Just one more. Good news! I remembered where the run button is. Oh, this building looks interesting. I'm not here for it, but it looks important. Is there a way inside? I'm not seeing a way inside. Okay, there's an opening there. I still don't see a way inside. So, do soul gems come from the soul, Carin? Okay, it looks like I might need this thing in order to get in there. Is there some sort of switch or something? I'm not seeing one, but you know what? I've got Whirlwind Sprint. bitch. You know, that thing looks like it could be a giant soul gem. Aww. Why'd you destroy it? Oh, so then how was I supposed to get in here? Okay, he's on the other side. Oh, I see. An underground way in. Whatever. I don't even care about the enemies here.
Stay away from the crystals, or you may find yourself becoming one of us.
You know, you're the one who's suffering and you're worried about my well-being. I appreciate that. You know, that looks like it could be a switch. It is a switch! What? I swear something happened. I didn't close it, did I? Because I didn't check if it was open or not. Hi. Jeez, the bowmen are embarrassing. Let's try that one more time. Nope. Okay, so if that was the switch, I just doomed that poor little girl. Sorry. 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 What is this? This looks important. What's this here? Bone Man. Not as impressive. But I'll learn the spell anyway. And who knows? Maybe there's another book here. Or, not book, page. I don't see a page. Oh well. Do you want my help, or do you got this? Hard to believe you're alive, considering. Just saying. Well, the keepers are gone. Oh, I don't care. Well, there you go.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
I can't believe we found my mother alive. Wait. Who's that? I knew I heard something.
Just some fresh mistmen. You're not an insufficient charge. Oh, there you go then.
Come on. She's leading us to the scroll.
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
Yeah.
Volumes written on Durnevere allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Yes. The soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnevere's physical form while he reconstitutes himself.
So...
Minutes, hours, years. I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. You can be on your way.
Come on. She's leading us to the scroll.
yeah, I kind of noticed that.
What did you want? Now, let me get the scroll's case opened.
It is opened.
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way. I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Heart. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition. I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. You must keep her safe at all costs. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants. And promise me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left.
Aww. Well, how are you handling this, Serana? Mistman?
I'm glad we found the scroll. I wish...
Well, she made her choice. Ridiculously long door. Well, that's a tad concerning.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Carin. Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death. I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle.
Then how did you get here?
Therefore honor name you Carin, or Vanquisher in your tongue.
You don't really talk like the other dragons do.
Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Carin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you.
Okay.
For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Master. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there. I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name with you and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum. Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Carin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right.
Okay. Hey, how did you end up in the Soul Cairn?
There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles. I was, but unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority.
Interesting.
I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free? No. I have been here too long, Carin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call.
Come on, let's go.
A dragon that learned necromancy. What happens if I use the Durnavir shard here? Nothing happened. But that's not really surprising. Alright, we're almost there. Okay, here we are. So that's what it looks like. Just a solid hole in the sky, huh? That makes sense. Well, I have all 3 scrolls.
What now? Do you need something? I figured it would be more of an issue for you.
What?
Don't tell me you're that naive. Really? Oh. Wow. Alright, well... What do you think my father's going to do once we bring the bow to him?
Kill us?
Of course he will. But at that point, he'll have everything he's ever wanted. He won't need either of us anymore. No, you've proven your strength to him, which just makes you a more dangerous rival. Not until we have the bow, but you're right. This won't be easy, but we can handle it.
Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Wait, bring both. I don't have the third one? There's gonna be more DAWNGUARD, isn't there? No? Alright, cool. Works for me.
I leave politics to others. I serve the lord of the castle.
Fair enough.
Yes, how may I serve you, my lord? I'm afraid I won't be able to help you with the scrolls any longer, my lord. Please, do not be angry with me.
Yeah, what happened to you?
I'm afraid in my haste to read the first scroll, I neglected the time I needed to prepare. The failure is purely mine to bear. As you can see from my bandages, it's not that I am unwilling, it's that I am physically unable. Oh, please, my lord, please, forgive me. If only such a miracle existed, I'd overcome the impossible in order to secure it, if it meant pleasing you. Although I would gladly die by your hand, perhaps I could offer an alternative way to read the scrolls. Oh, thank you, my lord. Thank you. Scattered across Tamriel are secluded locations known only as Ancestor Glades. There's one in Skyrim in the Pine Forest. Performing the ritual of the Ancestor Moth within the glade should provide the answers you seek.
I see.
It involves carefully removing the bark from a canticle tree, which will in turn attract ancestor moths to you. Once enough of the moths are following, they'll provide you with the second sight needed to decipher the scrolls. In keeping with tradition, you must use a specific tool in the Ancestor Glade, an implement known as a draw knife. Every moth priest is taught this ritual, but few ever get the chance to perform it. You should consider yourself fortunate if it works for you. From what I saw in the vision, the Elder Scroll which foreshadows the defiance of the gods with the blood of mortals is the key to the prophecy. Fortune smile upon you, my lord.
Alright then. I guess I'll be doing that next. This is coming to a pretty quick close, isn't it? But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you're seeing this on YouTube, consider... Hi, Serana. Consider supporting us on Patreon. There'll be a link in the description below. Bye-bye.
Hope we reach Ancestor Glade soon.
Me too.